Hi Leo, here is a general look at your solar chart for June 2015, and it's very airy and fiery energy for most of June actually until the 22nd. It's all about making connections, it's about networking, it's about seeking out information, it's about the collective, the general vibe within the collective as well. So you'll be picking up clues, you will be learning stuff, and you could be making friends. In fact, some of you, you won't know that they're friends initially, although you might have a sort of a hunch. And it's a very future orientated phase. It's really got a feeling of, okay, now at last the ball is rolling on this thing, whatever this thing is about. So Mars is there, Mercury is there. Mercury is retrograde up until the 11th, so that's a good time for you to be just slowly, patiently separating the wheat from the chaff within your group contacts, online or in person, within your club, within your organization, within your circle. So just doing that, being more thorough, because you'll probably need a good support or a good buddy or a useful contact or two to facilitate your progress. So you having to cultivate maybe, or in fact having to sort of beat off all of these sort of, of the crowds, the applause. No, but just having to sort of push away, well, separating the wheat from the chaff. I mean, enough said, So being a bit more discriminating in what's going on. And then from the 11th, things come more into focus, and connections become possibly a lot more enlightening, because there is a really, really amazing energy going on this month, which will particularly, I think, impact you, Leo people. Children of the golden lion, the golden winged lion. So, and that is because you may or may not know you have Jupiter in your sign, which comes around once every 12 years. And this is your phase now, this year-long transit of Jupiter, which is just over half done, really, to really spread your wings and to really open your arms wide to life. And it just happens that this month Venus is coming in there to keep Jupiter company in your sign. Very much the feel-good factor coming in with that for you, Leo, children of the lion, but also making a stunning aspect with Uranus. So more on that in a minute. Yes, until the 6th, Venus is in quite a background sort of area, been there since about mid-May, and that's when you keep more your feelings. You're doing a lot of background work maybe, or you are yearning from a distance for some beautiful outcome or beautiful person or beautiful place or whatever it is, and quietly weighing things up. Also, another way this can be translated into life is that you are taking better care of yourself. This is a very healing area that Venus is in. It is to do with maybe also connecting with somebody who is going to help you facilitate healing as well. You might be the facilitator and you're working with someone else, but also vice versa. And others can be sort of oblivious to what's really going on for you. If you're feeling if you're feeling a bit out of sorts emotionally, because this is a very emotional area as well, then this Venus energy, as long as you work the energy, and don't just expect the energy to take all the strain and do it all for you, then you will tend to bring in inner harmony. So doing the yoga, doing the qigong, doing the tai chi, doing the artwork, because this is a very artistic area as well, doing the spiritual work. So a good idea would be to immerse yourself in something like that, or indeed something just more everyday, which has got huge benefits and huge power to it, which is just reading a book or doing a craft or listening to the music or doing the meditation or going for the walk in the woods or by the sea that you love. and that takes you out of yourself. So those sorts of pursuits that feed your soul. And then Venus moves into your sign, not just for 3 weeks, you lucky golden Leos, but she will be in there until October the 17th. So this is a very unusual move of Venus, and I don't know whether you get another one in your whole life, in fact. Yes, I should have done some homework on that, but possibly not. But depends on how long your whole life is, I suppose. So, but wouldn't it happen more than once, maybe, more than twice, maybe? And anyway, that's just me kind of quizzing, because I can't hear the answer at the moment. This is a very beautiful energy coming into your sign, which means that, again, physically, it will really, really help you to get things balanced. Very, very much more, I was going to say easily, but the flow of balance is very, very strong with Venus. So if it is about your physical, which often the first house, which is your sign, can be, then you can get the balance. But also, it's a huge boost to your love life. I mean, there can be something really nice happening there for you, and that can be in the romance department, that can be with established partners, or that might be with family, it might be with friends, it could be, anything like that. It could be to do with property, it could be to do with possessions, it could be a kind of a mixture, because it is such a long transit for Venus. Venus, who usually transits one sign every 3 weeks, you know. So with Venus here, you will tend to come across to others as more welcoming, attractive. I mean, if you really want to work the energy, you know, you could be having a bit of a makeover with this Venus energy, and you could be feeling just better in your skin, you know. Now, be careful, because the Venus energy is about potential abundance. So yes, it's true, there could be very much goodies in the pipeline coming your way, and that you've got to find some way of fitting it all in. Fitting it all in, well, we'll have to have, you know, have an extension on the mansion, darling, or whatever. But no, fitting it all in, well, because with more stuff comes more responsibility. You know, this is the thing. So make sure it's the kind of stuff that you really value, and that you have the motivation and the drive to improve upon. Now, one of the really key themes for this house in my book is your own talent. And, sorry, this sign, not even this sign, this planet. Okay, so this planet is your own talent. You know, what you brought into this life with you, your ability, your gift. And it could mean that you can be developing that during this time, because the general energy flow will tend to be just a little bit more in your favor. And if you really step up to the plate and say, okay, I'm really going to work with this energy, I'm going to, you know, have a bit of a makeover, I'm going to present myself in a better kind of a way, I'm going to have the therapies, I'm going to do the practices, whatever it is for balance, then Venus will really be able to deliver to you at the same time as you have Jupiter there as well. So these two coming in together, and Venus being there for so long, is really, you know, it's got huge potential with it. Mars is in a very future orientated area of your solar chart, the same as the Sun, as the month, well, for most of the month up until the 25th. So this is, as I said before, at the time to get the ball rolling on things. But in the first part, Venus is in this sort of background area, but then when she comes in and joins in with Jupiter from the 6th onward, a very interesting time, a time of possible change. So you've got to be flexible, you've got to sort of pick up on things, you've got to maybe just believe that there is something in the air, and you know, if you reach for that golden ring on the merry-go-round, you could just get it. I mean, some people, particularly with this trine to this aspect to Uranus, would feel in the mood, I'm feeling lucky, I think I'll take a bit of a gamble here, take a bit of a risk. But I would say, you know, kind of be sensible, get a second opinion. I mean, I'm just a doddery old fogey, you know, but, however, having said that, this sort of child energy that says, could be, who knows, it's just around the corner, can really, really start bubbling up for you with so many nice energies going on here. From the 25th until the end of the month, Mars moves into this very private background sort of area, which is a lot going on behind the scenes. It's the area to do with healing. It's the area to do with maybe, you know, getting that checkup. It's the area to do with, many, many things that we do in the background of our lives that, you know, most people who know us don't really know anything about, and it could be you working on some kind of artistic project. It could be you doing healing work. It could be you just feeling a bit touchier, a bit sort of, I don't know, sensitive, harking back to the past. It could be you really putting that energy to work, doing the yoga, doing the, you know, the meditation, or whatever, even more so than when Venus was there, because Mars is a doer. It, you know, it comes into a house and it goes, okay, so what can I do here? What can I do with this house? And all of the planetary energies, they are, in my mind, and have been, well, for most of, you know, the last 3 decades, a kind of weather systems. So if you're going to maximize your chances with the weather systems and get the best out of them, rather than, you know, I mean, a cloud burst is part of a weather system. So if you go outside and get absolutely drenched because you haven't got the right sort of clothes on and you haven't even got an umbrella or a hat, then whose fault is it? However, maybe you couldn't help it because you were in a hurry and whatever. So it's to use them. So, you know, collect the water or collect the sun into solar panels or collect the wind through a wind turbine. Just be creative. And of course, your sign, more than many signs, is incredibly creative. So yeah, you know how to do that. And then your ruler, the sun, on the 22nd, just before Mars moves into this background area to do with healing, to do with background, maybe medical or healing type work or imaginative work, the sun goes in there on the 22nd. So both of them are in there, and you need to be doing things for others and doing things for yourself because you know it's in the common good for them to be done. And this is just what you've got to do. And it's a great time for nurturing others, healing others, but also nurturing and healing yourself, and going into for pursuits which are empowering and which feed your soul. Now, Saturn is making a move this month, going backwards into Scorpio again. So this is going to provide the tensioning on this string, this elastic string, with so much progressive energy, particularly in, well, for most of the month actually. Then we have Saturn from the 14th going back into Scorpio, and meaning that you have, it puts you right back where it was up until towards the end of last year, about November time last year, going back, October, going back to where it was, oh no, it wasn't, it was Christmas Eve, that's right, going back to where it was, where you got to be, you know, clearing out the decluttering things to do with the past, emotionally, physically. I mean, literally, some people will be moving. And it's to do with, you know, just shaking out the rugs, shaking out the carpets, and just getting the dust and the cobwebs out of your life to do with the past, and really admitting it, whatever it is that you've got to admit to yourself, and then getting on with doing it, whether it's physical, outdoor sort of external kind of work, or whether it's internal, you know, looking after the body, body-centered sort of therapies which help you to heal the past, EFT, working with magnets, whatever type of work it is. And that will be going on until September. And you Leo is born the 21st to the 22nd of you Leo is born the 21st to the 22nd of July, or 21st to the 22nd of August, or with 28, 29 degrees rising, or 0 to 2 degrees rising. You are going to feel that energy the most this forecast period, especially the later Leos, I would say. The later Leos. So that'll be taking you revisiting a situation that you kind of were going through maybe November, December time. You'll be going back, maybe it's not the same situation, but it'll be kind of a similar vibration to it. And then, of course, I've mentioned Jupiter. Jupiter is in your sign, so it's like chalk and cheese. You know, you've got this sort of clearing out the basement, clearing out the attic energy, emotionally energy, maybe to do with family members, to do with the past, to do with property, to do with your location on the map. You've got that energy, which is challenging, I have to say, you know, because somebody can push your buttons more easily. And then you've got this sublime, blissful energy of Jupiter making a wonderful aspect to Uranus in your chart, in your sun sign chart, and it is also at the same time as you've got Venus in your sign as well for such a long time. So in a way, the Venusian aspect is going to be bridging the Saturnian one, because Jupiter is leaving there in August, but Venus will be your trusty companion all the way through until October, when actually Saturn has moved back into Sagittarius by that time. And you Leos born with 17 to 15th of August, or with 15 to 22 degrees rising, you're going to feel that energy the most, and that's it for June. If you know your rising sign, your moon sign, listen to those. And also, if you want to, you can check up on the script, the text, the copy that I've been working from here, and I'll see you the next time. Oh, that'll be on my website, and I'll see you again the next time.